you always have two options for any digital image or design, either to print that one or use it on screens like your PC, online, or any screen application. So in this video we will discover how to set our file either for printing or screen applications. But before we start, let's first see these two images in our resources. So basically in your resources folder you will find that Photoshop Essentials folder, which is including that chapter's files, and you will find these two images. And I know that they seem like the same exact image, and actually they are, it's the same image. However, each one of them is set for a different application. One will be used for printing and the other will be used on screens. So that RGB image will be used for screen application, and that CMYK will be used for printing. And that one, by the way, is our original image that I got from unsplash.com. So you can simply highlight these two images in here and you can drag and drop them to Photoshop, or you can right click these images and select open with Adobe Photoshop. So let's go back to Photoshop. And if you would like to compare between them in an easy way, you can go to Window, Arrange, then you can select to up horizontal, and anytime you would like to get them back to normal view, you can select Consolidate all two tabs. So let's see the difference between these two images. Here we have the one on top for printing and the one on bottom for screen applications, and you can quickly distinguish the difference between them by checking their names. So here we have the one on top in CMYK, color mode, which is mainly used for offset printing, and C stands for cyan color, M for magenta, Y for yellow, and K for black. And those colors or painting will be mixed together to generate almost all colors. While on the other side we can see that we have RGB for that image, which is a screen color mode, and RGB stands for red, green, and blue. And that's basically how screens will be generating colors, by mixing these three colors. And if you would like to imagine how this works, you can be double clicking in here on that foreground color. Then here we have that color picker, where of course we can pick any color from our image, like that nice orange. And also here you can find different values that generated that color. So here you can find RGB values. So in order to create that orange hue in RGB, you will need to use these values in here, while in CMYK color mode you will need to use these values for magenta and yellow. So let's say for instance we would like to create black color in screen or RGB, so we can select the black color from here, and you will find that we have 0 for R and 0 for green and 0 for blue as well. And in that case it's similar to turning off your screen. You will be seeing black screen or black color, while if you would like to print the same black color on paper for instance, you will need to use all these pins in here, cyan, magenta, yellow, black, to get that saturated black color. Or at least you can set all these values in here to 0 except for black. So you can type 0, then pressing tab to select magenta, 0, 0. Now we have 90% of black, which is gray in that case. However, let's make it 100 as well to see how it's going to look like while we print that one. And by the way, using that pale black is so essential when it comes to printing your files, especially in small details like type, to get a sharp result. So if you're going to type in black in a business card for instance, make sure you are using these values for your black. Or even better, you can use Pantone CMYK swatches in your CMYK designs. And let me show you guys what I mean by that. So let's close that one, pressing cancel. Here we have our swatches panel. If you don't see that one in here, you can always find that one in your window. Then you can select swatches. Then you can click on that hamburger menu. Then you can find all these presets in here for your swatches. You can select maybe Pantone Plus, CMYK coated or CMYK uncoated. And of course there are many amazing swatches that you can find in here as well. So you can scroll down. You can try for instance web safe colors if you are working with RGB and you're going to use that design online, or you can select web spectrum as well. However, let's select for instance that one, CMYK uncoated, applying that. where you can safely use all these colors in your CMYK designs. So let's maybe say we like that yellow, we can select that one, and you will see your colors Pantone as well. And once you select that color, you will find that one in your foreground color, where you can select your brush tool for instance, and select your CMYK file. Then you can start painting safely on your CMYK file, knowing that that's the color you will have also when you get your file printed, as printing machines have their own limitations, and that's why we are using Pantone CMYK colors, as they are within the printing range of those printing machines. So let me undo painting on that image pressing Command or Control Z, or you can do that as well from Edit. Then you can select Undo Brush Tool or Redo from here as well. So back to comparing our images once again. Also, since printing is limited in color ranges, you'll find colors in RGB mode are more vibrant and more cheerful, if you can say, than in CMYK mode. And if you would like to see that in action, let me select that file in here, our RGB file. Then let's go to View. You will find Proof Colors. You can activate that one. And here you will find Proof Setup. And that's mainly will show your colors in different color modes, so you can simulate different color modes. So here for instance I selected Internet Standard RGB or sRGB, so I can imagine how that image will look like online in order to be precise and get what I see. This is called in design world, what you see is what you get. So if anytime I would like to print that image and I would like to see how it's going to look like, I can select working CMYK instead. And once we select that one, you can see that we are losing vibrance in our colors, as it's looking in that case similar to our CMYK image. You can think of that as a color simulator. So anyway, let's set that one back to sRGB, Proof Setup, then selecting Internet Standard RGB. And also if you're looking for precise colors for your published or printed designs, you might need to synchronize your color setup between your Adobe applications, and you can use in that case Adobe Bridge to achieve that. So switching to Adobe Bridge, that's one of Adobe's application, and it's really amazing for filtering your images and browsing them, or even different design files like Photoshop files or Adobe Illustrator files. And also here we can synchronize our color setup between different Adobe applications by going to Edit menu, then selecting color settings, and it's by default on general purpose reasons, and you can keep it as it is on general purpose color settings for screen and print in North America. Or if you're living maybe in Europe and you're dealing with printers there, then maybe you need to select that color profile, Europe General 3, or maybe North American newspaper, you will find that one in here, and so on and so forth. So let me cancel that one and going back to Photoshop. Also, if you're seeking accurate colors in your designs, make sure you are calibrating your screen using a screen calibration device, which is not really expensive, and it could be a critical factor as well when you're selecting your colors. Now we've covered the differences between RGB and CMYK. Now moving to resolutions and how they can be affecting our images or our designs.